What were you doing before you went in the house, professionally?
I was sort of like a part-time model and did promotional jobs and what have you. So it's just, it sort of impounded that and made it on a massive scale. So
Impounded it?
I mean, I don't know what the word is.
I got a sense of it. It did something to it.
It exploded it.
Again, not probably the wisest words to use in this situation.
It changed my life for the better.
Right, OK. But then you get all sorts of commercial offers, and that lasts for a certain amount of time, and you can do OK financially.
Yeah.
Now, in the course of that, the two of you maintain a friendship. How often are you seeing each other during this?
At that time, in the beginning, we were seeing each other all the time. We'd go to events together.
And roughly in the first 12 months of leaving the situation, don't worry, assume the tax man isn't listening. Roughly how much money could one make in a week or a month, whatever you want to tell me?
A lot, and for women it's better because you can do the lads mags, and at that time they offered quite a lot of money, but now they don't.
Well, I mean, what, 200,000, 100,000, that sort of thing?
Around that.
Really? For what, a lads mag?
Do you not read them, Judge?
Shockingly enough, no.
Okay.
You said that there has been a reduction recently in the amount of income that you've received. Are you able to explain why, Levi?
Well, June has been my worst financial month in years, down to sort of the referendum, and also due to guys going out watching football. I mean, football comes before babes every single time.
I need a moment for various reasons. Levi. When... That's rather a surprising submission. Let me tell you, I, believe it or not, am just like everybody else in this country who watched the debate on Brexit. And I listened to the arguments pro and against. And like everybody else, I was especially interested in the economic issues that would emerge as a result of us leaving the European Union. At no stage did I anticipate that one of the consequences of us leaving the EU, of one of the economic downturns as a result of Brexit, would be that there would be less gentlemen watching Babe Station.
It happens, though.
Yes. So, as a result of that, you are pro-EU?
And football as well.
Well, everybody, you're against football.
Yeah.
But you would like to rejoin the European Union, then, presumably?
Yes.
Well, there you are. Madam, let me tell you, if you were in Italy, you'd be running a political party. You were doing something rather different.
I was, yes.
No judgment, trust me, I'll have no idea about it. You're going to have to tell me about it. What was your job at the time?
I'm a successful glamour model, and...
Now, just pause. Now, you see, a glamour model, my idea of that is a sort of rather charming beach in Portofino with Audrey Hepburn. Is that the sort of look that you're referring to?
I would do lingerie modelling, clothes, it ranged, really.
What's sort of glamorous about it? I think you've got some photos. You've bought some photos. Let me have a look. This is germane to the case. It's not some species of audition, just so you're aware. Now, just to be clear, good Lord. Well, certainly, glamour is a word. There are some others, but definitely glamour. You seem to be sort of channeling a young Joan Collins, rather.
Yeah.
Was that the look you're going for? Good Lord. You know, as I look at this, I'm reminded by a mental trigger to book my holiday with my better half in the Hilly Lake district. I can't imagine why. Now, you got paid well for this?
Yes.
OK. And you got paid, I think, rather, well, I say very, very well, because you were successful. Roughly, what would you get for the best gig you did that year? Roughly.
For a shoot?
Yeah, for a shoot, for a photo shoot. I presume you didn't sort of dress up as Joe Collins and go around firing guns. I mean, that's sort of, yes.
I don't think that's really relevant to how much I was paid.
Well, thank you so much for telling me what you think is relevant. It is. It matters. And it matters because I need to understand whether or not you had a loan at the time with Becky or not, and to assess...
I was paid a large amount of money for, you know...
A large amount of
We're talking
money?
hundreds of pounds per shoot, yes.
Hundreds of pounds per shoot?
Yes.
Now, here's the thing I don't understand, Helen. If they put in a personal request, if they put in a request for a specific model, would that model then have to attend the casting call in any event? What would be the point if they already wanted her?
If the model is specifically booked by the client, then that is when the model has the job. But this client specifically requested a casting, but requested Nina to attend the casting.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, no, not what I've been aware
What
of.
you understood was that there was
Yeah.
a call from somebody, not Helen, who implied to you very strongly that you were in regardless of what happened at that casting call.
Correct.
I see. Now, as a result of that conversation that was presented to you, what did you do, Nina? Once they told you, don't worry, according to your claim, you're in. Хорошо. What did you do?
Well, I took, you know, I had other opportunities as well to do other modeling jobs.
Well,
which
such as what?
So it was a contract for an English designer.
How much for?
It was for about, I think it was 1,100. So it was actually...
Do you
more
have any
than-
evidence of that contract?
I didn't sign a contract since it was no point in me signing it because I didn't take on the job.
Right, so you decided to turn down other work.
Correct.
Now, where is, other than this phone call, is there anything else that you've got from the agency which clearly demonstrates that as far as this other client was concerned, you were in?
There's no, to be honest, it was just a phone call. It was a mutual agreement.
Now, what happened, Helen? Why didn't Nina end up getting the job?
Because she did not attend the casting.
What happened, Nina? Why didn't you attend?
I got food poisoning, and I did.
Well, not on the morning, was it?
It was 24 hours before that.
I can see, just out of interest, do we need this photo up here? I mean, no complaint, I just see there are a number of shaking cameras everywhere.
I work on Red Light TV and I work on Storm Babes TV.
On what?
Storm Babes TV.
Storm Babes?
Storm Babes.
And is that people who are predicting hurricanes?
Well, yeah, you could say so. No, it's not.
What is a storm babe?
So, or we also get called like phone shakers. They call us the
Phone shakers?
Yeah, because we sit there shaking the phone.
So why are you shaking a telephone?
Well, I don't know. I don't actually know. They just.
Well, you
tell
must have
us to
some idea. They asked you to show up.
They told us to
Sit
do
there,
it.
I'm talking. Sit there, Makeda, with a telephone, going, hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the weather's going to be terribly bad.
Well,
What do you do?
okay, well, you sit down.
Yes.
And then you go live and you wait for the phone to ring.
I see.
There
Is
you
that
go.
what it is?
Yeah.
So there you are, you're shaking your telephone. And the idea, presumably, now I understand, and I hadn't seen that in my evidence pack. Stop smiling over there, Peter. You shake the telephone.
Yeah.
And then, I presume, by and large, gentlemen telephone in and they want
Yeah.
to talk to you.
Yeah.
Right, now I understand. Now, that's how you earn some of your money. The rest of the money is done through modelling.
Yeah.
And you said you're also involved in other things as well.
Yeah.
What other things?
Oh, well, I don't know. I just have, like, GoFundMe pages and stuff.
Well, that was interesting too, because, again, trying to come to an understanding of how you earn your money, there's two things which are interesting. Now, Amy, you've told me about this in your counterclaim, which I'll have to review in due course, but you told me you shared an interest in cosmetic surgery. That's very expensive, isn't it?
It is.
Well, I ask you this, Makeda,
Yeah.
it's part of your case. What's the most expensive thing that you've bought?
My boobs.
Your breasts?
Yeah.
Roughly, how much does that cost?
Just under 6,000.
Now, Amy, she said something about GoFund. Do you know what she's talking about?
I do.
What is she talking about?
It's called Go Fund.
Right. I'm so
basically-
glad you finished that word. Do carry on. Yes.
Men put in some money into a pot basically online so she can afford to pay for her assets.
Hang on. You mean there is a website somewhere where you will place yourself online, you set up a page, and by and large, gentlemen, men, will contribute to your breast enhancement.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah, so...
How much did
it
you
helped
raise?
a bit. Only about 900 because it was really quick.
Sorry, you still raised £900.
Yes, not
That's
that
quite a
much.
lot. Well, individual contributions.
Yeah.
Do they leave notes?
Yeah.
And what do they want in return?
Nothing, they're just like, oh, can't wait to see you on Storm Babes. Can't wait to see them. That's about it, really.
Right. It's a rare moment you've stumbled upon a temporary second of speechlessness. In other words, well, there are no other words. Somebody will telephone you and say, I am a fan of yours, you're like a muse. And I enjoy seeing you so much, here's £30 for a breast enhancement.
Yeah.
And they want nothing in return.
No.
That's quite something.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed that video, then I strongly suggest clicking here for more highlights. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, and why not, so that you never miss out, subscribe. Clicking down there, that's an order.